Hello, hello. Welcome back. So we're streaming once again. Welcome to the chat, by the way. Um, so you might be asking, why are you streaming again? The answer is not quite simple. I just felt like it, I suppose, and a lot of stress has been off my back. So I you know, for the past few years, school's been getting more difficult, I suppose, and life happens. Um, Last time me and Gabriel were playing Ace Attorney, and we didn't quite finish it yet. Unfortunately, we are not going to be doing that today. We're not going to be uh, having Gabriel on stream. Maybe next time. There's always next time. Maybe that will be maybe 2 years after. I can't really promise a stream schedule because um, where I live, India, um, our schools have such a high workload. We have shit to write every week. We have to submit them on time. I suppose some of you and me at handling it, but I just I don't know. It just is the audio not working properly. Wait, let me have a listen, man. Let me have a listen, man. No, it seems fine. I think it's on your end. Maybe you know the the shit is very glitchy. Are you referring to the wallpaper? If so, I can't do anything about that. That's uh, mm, speaking about that glitching. So this is my new PC. I built a PC by the time I was gone. That's how long I was gone. No content, no nothing. Um, I obviously wanted to make something. Um, but I just didn't have the time nor the passion. But now I think I do have the time. Now I think I might make something. It's quite nice to be doing something creative, right? Because I do not have the talent for drawing and shit like that, because that requires some practice, which I do not have, and I do not intend to have, because there are many people doing that, and they'll do it way better than me, right? But you could say I could give it a try. I mean, we have time. Obviously, that's the only thing we have. We can say that's ours truly. But even then, um, I don't think I'll be the next um Michelangelo or Da Vinci or you know. But I do intend to be the next Euler. If you don't know who Euler is, you haven't met me yet. That's what I'd like to say. I mean, he's the best person in the world right now who's dead, you know? From what I've read, he hasn't done some insane shit like some of other famous historical people. Like, no one's perfect. But Euler especially just doesn't have any hate against him. And I do not intend to be the first to hate him. No, I'm not going to bore you with the mathematics, but I do hope that at least some of you look into who Euler is. That'll be that I'll consider that a success. So, enough talking. Let me just try to. This is my new PC, so forgive me if shit doesn't work. Right? I I don't think it will work, but we'll give it a try. Last time I tried to stream, right? It was 2 years ago, and the only stream that I kept the word of, right? I have a words channel. If you didn't know that, the live streams that I've already done, they uploaded as like, you know, I'm sure you know what word is. Oh, that audio is too loud, man. I'm going to mute that for now. Will That's TF2 booting right now. I hope we don't drop frames. I hope this shit works because I've spent quite a lot of money on this PC and it's not the best thing out there, but I mean it's pretty good. I got an i7. It's like the third generation, right? So it's old as fuck, but it might just work, right? It might just work. Now, I haven't had the time to figure out how to insert YouTube chat to the stream, but I'll be reading the chat if you want to say. Wait, let me read the chat. No, I mean, you might be a Mozart. You might become a Mozart. I mean, you have the time to become a Mozart. I really, uh, where was I? Yeah, the PC. The PC has an i7 and nothing else. It's got a 1 terabyte hard drive and an i7 and nothing else. And this i7, if you are into the PC space, it's from the third generation, which was like 5-10 years ago, I believe. We'll have to confirm that, but we'll have the time to confirm it. I think. Um, trying. We have a lot of time. I'll be streaming maybe since we don't have school tomorrow. I might stream like till midnight. Wouldn't that be cool? I live in India, so if you are from any other foreign countries, don't expect this thing to last for a long time. We're here for a fun time, not a long time, as people say. I I think we should start playing a game. I mean, it's really near and dear to my heart. I've been playing this a lot. I have like, let me check, like 85 hours into this thing. TF2. Teamwork 2 is a great game. Wait, let me just switch to the next scene. Yep, perfectly works. Perfect. Let me just add the audio. I suppose you can't hear anything. Let me know if the audio's too loud. I'm streaming on Linux, and should I mention it? Yep, I should. By the way, I use Arch Linux. I cringe myself. You know, the people who use Arch Linux have such a great ego. It's insane. You can't speak to them. It's that insane. I met some friends on Discord who are like, "By the way, I use Arch Linux." Man, shut the fuck up sometimes. It's okay if you say it like ironically, but they don't even intend to say it ironically. They think they're better than everyone else just because they use Arch Linux. Um, which, I mean, do your thing, but don't enforce it on others. That's what I like to say. Forgive my bad English, by the way. It's been a while since I've speaked English to this extent, I suppose. I suck at this game, so I suck at this game too, so don't expect anything like game breaking or like a pro. I'm nowhere close to being a pro at this game. It's an old game. It was released the same time I was born, 2007. Such a great year, you know. No better year than 2007. That's what I did. Right? No worries, man. 0 years old. You know, getting all the shit that you want, sleeping all the time. You know, fun time, fun game. As you can see, I've spent about 18 hours on engineer. We'll try playing more engineer because I'd like to talk more. I'd like to say a lot more about who I am. No, it's from my past live streams. I intend to quieten down. Stop talking. I'm very good at yapping. If you haven't been able to tell, very good. There's no better yapper than me. I mean, you can ask the guy in the chat right now if if I can stop yapping. I won't. Right? I can't stop. I talk and I talk. Even if the earth like completely explodes, you'll see my ass talking. right? About something. Doesn't matter the topic, right? If, I mean, my English has gone. I think it's way too loud, man. One sec. I um forgive my English once again. It's been a while since I've spoken English to this extent. Been a little bit more. Are we dropping frames? No, we are not dropping frames, guys. Yep, that's right. Biggest PhD in yapping. Philosophy, doctorate of philosophy in yapping, man. Wait, let me switch to engineer. I mean, this is not the best map, right? To play engineer. Not the best map. Let me check. No drop frames, man. This PC is holding up pretty well. I mean, it's an old game, right? It's a very old game. If you can't tell by the graphics, demo man. I mean, playing as F2P, as you can see from the slide, I cannot communicate with these people, even if I wanted to. It's very fun what they do. We'll be observing a while at what some of them do. I mean, it's intelligence. If you haven't played Team Fortress before, it's a game where the focus is more on the individual than the team. The team only gets the play when, like, it's the last point. As you can see, the red is winning by 2. We just got started into the game. There's no skill-based matchmaking. Nothing of the new features of modern games. I mean, recently, Team Fortress 2 had a crisis of some sort. There were a lot of bots and cheaters. It was so rampant, man. You couldn't play on casual, which we are doing right now, because the sniper class. Let me show you. Snipers, they can one-shot anyone with a headshot. Most of the classes, except for heavy, I believe, which is the fat guy. And sorry for that glitch. The mic is very shitty. It just doesn't work properly, and it's hell. I fixed this shit. It got broken twice, and it's all my soldering, so it's not the best work I've done, but it works. So as I was saying, this game, there was a big movement. Big TF2 they called it, because Valve didn't care about this game anymore. It doesn't make any more money. So they just ignored us, the TF2 community. That's us, by the way, not you, us. So the TF2 community just went up in arms, went all over Twitter or X, went all over Twitter and started posting. I mean, the TF2 community itself, big yappers. Most of the memes. See, what the fuck, man. See, shit like this happens, man. What a kid, my. So, as I was saying, too many bots. Game was totally unplayable. Couldn't do anything. Like, literally couldn't use their game because they just started sniping people. But recently, good news, recently, Valve took the initiative and banned all the bots. Give a clap for Valve, guys. Big game company, have infinite money. Spends it on stupid shit like the new 6-player shooter game, I believe. When they already have this gem of a game. I mean, no one plays this anymore, but still nice to have, I suppose. I mean, TF2 itself has shaped the gaming community quite a lot from what I hear. From most of the memes on the internet. Mostly from TF2. And some of your favorite YouTubers might also be from TF2, right? This thing called there's this thing called the TF2 bubble, which I've recently seen a video on, right? Where YouTubers just get stuck in TF2. The communities can get quite a bit toxic, but also really supportive. They just hate when people leave their community, right? So people like Jerma, they've all played the game. Jerma has had quite a graceful exit, I suppose. I mean, he has inspired a lot of people to be streaming. But his friend, I think his name is Stir, he got fucking shit on for not wanting to play the game anymore, right? Uh, is that? Wait, let me listen. Wait, let me listen. It's all right, man. Isn't it all right? It's all right, man. Isn't it all right? Is it right? Is it right? Oh. Should be working right now. Fuck. Man, why can't they ban these people, man? They're obviously cheating. Should be shooting my century. I've worked hard on this thing. I mean, as I was saying, people just hate when you leave the community. I wasn't around for when people were doing TF2 stream, were doing uh, all these things, right? Focusing on TF2. Fuck. So I'm getting distracted. So people just shit on these people who left the community. I don't intend to be a TF2 streamer by any means. I don't intend to be doing any more TF2. This is just a one-off thing. Maybe I'll do a couple of streams here and there, but can't confirm anything for right now. Fuck. Man, I suck at streaming, man. I fucking can't focus on it. It all be a linear process. Anyway, can really ban to as it's totally apart. So, it's quite old. Here are very tight, right? These are the process so for that period. Right? They've been playing in some people, right? So the game has quite old some say yeah, I don't want to cancel, right? Fumbling, man. So this game has had quite of a history, and playing it will not bring it any more history, right? There have been many people who have already played it and played it better than I will ever do it, right? I know what I'm doing, man. I mean, we should probably be pushing, but you know what? Let's just skip this engineer. It's quite boring. Let's play some scout, get some action, get some kills. You know what I mean? Let's frag these people. You know. Yes. Very good at it. Best in the world. Did it last? I don't know what I'm going to do with this stream, man. Stream. Need some water. My throat's already getting dry. I don't know how people do this shit, man. I don't know how people stream for quite a long time and just don't talking. I'm gonna be right back. One moment. BRB. BRB. I'll be in a corner. Let me switch and one sec, guys. We'll be right back. That arrived. Had to lock the door, I suppose. Got myself some water. Finally, switched back. Um, excuse me. So what was he saying? I don't even remember, man. Anyway, this game's quite old. I'm old. Getting old. People get old. Time goes on. Move on. Just keep smiling. Speaking of keep smiling, last year, not last year, 2 years back, I participated in running in school elections. Cringe thing, I know. Um, so that year, I ran. Quite interesting. Got 100 votes, man. I I got 100 more votes more than the previous candidate, the next candidate, right? So it was pretty shocking that I even won. So I was assuming this year I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna win again. But when I tried this time, I lost, and I lost by quite a lot. I mean, last time I had my friends. The guy who was in chat is one of my friends, IRL. So he was there. We were all there. We all fucking did it, man. We all did it, and we won. Won by 100 votes, in fact. So this year, when I tried doing elections, right, I lost. It was embarrassing, I suppose. The previous year, when I ran, there were no symbols or anything, right? So let me explain how my school selections work, right? So there are two departments where you could be elected to. One is the a high school and the higher secondary blocks. So these two have different election processes, and they happen during different times, right? So the previous year, I ran as chairman of the high school section, right? So I had a lot more friends and knew a lot more people. Nice skill, by the way. Thank me. Getting cold. Uh, one sec, guys. It cold.
The enemy has dropped our intelligence. Alert. The enemy has taken our intelligence. We have taken the enemy intelligence. We have taken the enemy intelligence. The enemy has dropped our intelligence. Alert. The enemy has taken our intelligence. The enemy has dropped our intelligence. Alert. The enemy has
Back. So as I was saying, I hope you can't hear that. Let me check. Wait, let me enable streamer mode on Discord. I don't want to leak anything, man. Wait. Wait. I should have enabled this from the first.
We have taken the enemy intelligence.
Fuck, videos, man. Anyway, as I was let me just get this out to the people. So previous year, as I mentioned, two departments, high school and higher secondary blocks. School block, because I was won by 100 votes, right? I've been in that school for almost all of my life. 14 years. I mean, back then, 10 or 11 years. So the election process in itself is not complicated, right? There are no parties, no politics, just raw voting, right? So when where I stood as chairman, like stood as candidate, because I don't know why I stood, right? It's been a long time, 2 years. I have quite a short term memory, right? So wait, what do I say? Yeah. So I stood as chairman, right? And I don't know why I stood, but I did. And my friends were there, and I have known them for like 11 years. We've been friends for a long time, so we all just supported. They all supported me, stood with me, and and we all just fucking did it, man. Just grabbed all the votes. It I was like uh, I was the underdog of the fight, right? No one had any expectation that I would win, right? And I mean, misogyny did play a part back then. The chairman position had four people running, right? Three of them were women, and one was me, a man. So that definitely did play a part. I think more than that, it was the fucking support the friends gave me, right? So I stood. It was quite what it was very stressful, to be honest. Can't get the right words. I was very stressed. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had no idea what the chairman position even did, right? I still have no idea. Because that's how confusing this shit gets. So I stood there, and we were promised that we would be allowed to canvas, right? So we were allowed to go to all of the classes from in the high secondary block and just ask them for the votes. So I thought, yeah, that's gonna be easy. Like, it's only gonna be 30 people in each class, right? So it's gonna be quite easy. Just go up and go to them, tell them who you are, tell them what your name is, ask them to vote, right? That did not happen that year. For the past 10 years, it has been happening the same, right? Everyone went canvassing, and they all got the opportunity to visit each class, right? And tell 30 people at set intervals of who they are, why they should be voted for. That none of that happened. So I was getting stressed more and more as the day went on, right? I was promised canvassing, but suddenly they changed it to standing in front of the entire school in an auditorium, crowded place, and it was quite rainy, so I had an umbrella with me. I was shaking so much as I stood on that stage, right? I had no idea that I was going to be speaking to like about, I don't know how many students there were, like uh, approximately each division had like 100 people. Um, Forgive the horrible gameplay. Uh, so fuck. So I'm saying over the seventh grade, right? Biggest student in school. In ever before. I did not have the looks. I did not have my hair right. Horrible. Managed to speak in some words, right? Managed somehow had the courage to speak something in front of them, right? So saying something, I managed to convince at least some of them, right? I hope I did. But as I mentioned, my friends were there. They were really supportive, and I can't thank them enough for that. They told me not to worry, and they would do everything, and they did everything, right? They got a lot of votes. They spent, after after the speech, they were all standing in rain asking. It's really sweet. And I wish I really appreciated them more for it. So, so I won, right? There was no question about my victory. I won by 100 votes. I mean, that's insane, right? The rest, I won by 100 more votes than the next candidate scored, right? I mean, I don't know if they voted for me because they didn't like the other candidates, or if they voted for me because they like me, right? I think it's the latter, right? I think it's the former, sorry. I think they voted because the girls that were in there, people called them unknown. I don't know if they were just, wanting to do. They definitely were much more qualified than I was. I didn't even know that what the chairman post even did, right? So election day comes, people vote, and it was such a surprising moment when I won. I was so happy, and I never knew that I could ever win, right? So after that, plus 1 year or 11th grade, I move into the high secondary block of the same school. Usually, people just leave the school they were in and get a school from the government, right? Go to governmental school, which is much more, but no fees, no tuition fees. But I for some reason stayed there, and I'm still studying there right now. So last year, the high secondary block had an election, right? And I did not compete. It was standard policy not to compete. People always told me that you should never compete in the 11th grade. You're like, junior. If you're American, you're a junior, and people don't respect you. They don't know you. But if you're in 12th grade, more people know you, right? So to be honest, I did not compete, not because I was new, but I had been in the school for 11 years, right? Yeah, that's all true, but I think I didn't compete in 11th grade because I was scared. I did not want to be, I did not want to lose again, right? I had a 100 vote majority, but it did not give me the confidence to do it again. So I did not compete, right? Some of my friends did. They did quite poorly, right? Since they were 11th graders, the 12th graders did not know them at all, right? And like me, they did not know what the posts were, so they lost every single one of them, and it was quite embarrassing. And none of them have lived them down since that day, right? Most of them still do think about it. So I did not compete in 11th grade, and today, not today, a week ago, they announced another election for this year, right? So the unique thing about elections in my school are that they make no sense. Every year it's a different system, right? So this year, the chairman position got shifted from the high school block to the higher secondary block. So we had the opportunity to get the chairman post again, but I did not compete for the chairman position, right? Because I've already been the chairman, right, of the school. So instead, I tried to be the general captain, which was another role. Stood, my symbol was the smile, the stealthy smile. If you look at my profile, you could see the smile. I picked that as my, symbol. And yesterday we were allowed to canvas, and and they did not play me like last time. They did not, you know, did not switch at last minute and said, you are gonna do it at a stage. I kind of hoped it was a stage because stages are easier. More students, you just have to say it once. It's a lot easier, right? So sorry for the horrible gameplay again. Uh, so I stood this week. I mean yesterday, getting a call. One moment, mate. One moment, mates. Has the mic been fixed? I hope so. I got a call. Anyway, so I had the pleasure of competing in this year's elections, which was, I mean, it was fun, right? It's fun to do elections, right? I wasn't political, there was no politics. So this year, I stood, and yesterday was the canvassing, right? Fuck. So yesterday was the canvassing, and I mean, I did not do that bad, but I did not even do my best, right? So, you know, this needs some context, right? I stood partly because I had gotten 100 votes last time, and I stood partly because I was a bit arrogant. Let's say I was arrogant that I was gonna win. By the after the canvassing done, I was sure that I wasn't going to win. I was so sure that I even tried to repeal my application form. Right, I tried to get myself removed from the elections, but they didn't allow that. So I did my best. I went to each class. It was quite funny too, because the freshers, the 11th graders, the new 11th graders who has just, they, if you don't know, in India, this is the time when admissions start, right? So people have just moved into the school, right? Just getting adjusted to it, and the elections happen. So the new students are, right? They have no clue what the elections are about. They have no clue because they're all from different schools, right? And I'm sure that we do it different from others. I'm sure that some of you have a similar system, but this year, some of the freshers competed, like my friends in 11th grade. They lost. Not so. One would win. It's a little victory, right? So this year, after the canvassing, during the canvassing, I met all of them, the candidates I was going up against, right? They were all confused. They had no idea what they were even competing for. They did not know what the general captain was. And I was so confident that I had all the power. And because of my overconfidence, I lost. So let me start from the beginning. How did I lose? Well, the first class we went to canvas, right? It was the class which had one of the candidates, right? We all went in like, imagine if this was the class. We all just lined up, and we went in, we did a thing, we went back, right? That sort of system. So this class, imagine if this is a class, right? This class had one of the guys who was competing against me, right? We'll call him S for short. So S was competing against me, and he was 12th grade. It's a bit of fun. Waiting for both 24 the before one of the good strategy I worked in the past and will work, right? So this guy was there, and it was his class. So I told them straight up, because we all wish for free time, right? Free periods. So most of their policy, right? Most of their campaign promises are to give more free time to the students, decrease their workloads. And what they didn't know was the general capital position did not get that privilege of allotting time, right? That's much more, that's a teacher's duty, right? So I mentioned that. I told the entire class straight up, that you won't be getting any more you won't be getting free time because of them. So I advise you that you do not vote for people that don't know what the general captain is doing. Very arrogant, yes, very arrogant. So I said that I did not intend to say that to the students, right? I intended to say that to the candidates, because their policy would be the free time, right? told them that I was, it was kind of my strategy, scaring the candidates a bit, tell them that I'm a bigger opponent, right? So I told them all that, this position will not give you more free time. No, it will not grant any more, outdoors time, and it will not make the teachers less strict, right? I said that, and I told them that, you know, remember to smile, and if you wanted to vote for me, right? I did that, and the candidates voted. I don't know if the students did. The candidates did buy it, right? They bit my bait, if you can put it that way. They bit my bait. Um, they they never spoke about the free time in their campaigns. Never they tried to bring it up when they couldn't, because I had already said that. And if they say it again, right? If they promise free time, I could simply go up after them after they have spoken and say, the same thing again, right? So I said that. It was the class of the guy I was competing against, right? Said that. Thought nothing of it, because by this point I was pretty demotivated. I just wanted to ruin the election for everyone. But since the candidates bought the bait, I tried the next class, right? You know, none of the candidates ever mentioned free time, right? So I mentioned it for them. I told them straight up that I would give them the free time, and none of them will, because these I went up last, right? So these the next class they will went to the, you know, said the thing, can't promise anything, and I said I can pretend. I had an afterglow. The class went late, right? This was 11th grade, right? Ah, yeah, but yeah, right. So wanted to win. That's why don't fall and have I confused them even more by telling the entire class, do not vote, right? Do not vote. Don't do anything. These people are liars. Like, it was such a switch up that even the candidates asked me that what my plan was, right? Because they did not understand the complexities of my brain, right? It was a stupid idea. It did not succeed, so don't try this with your So I think you can start to see my plan. I was trying to confuse the candidates more than the students, but the students were more confused than the candidates. And I said that to the last class. There were not many students in that class, so it was my arrogance again, right? My arrogance told me that I could win, and I would win. And I have won before, so logically I would win again. And it was not true. So yesterday, as I was saying, I did what I did, and after, like, we had a interval when we got, like, when all the candidates went back to their classes, discuss strategies, got back in, do the rest of the classes, because there are six. I think there are six classes in the higher secondary block, right? Entire six classes. So we have to visit each of them. We have already visited three. We have already visited three. Now on to the next three. Wait, let me get Scout Man. I should not be playing this game. So I had already gotten to three, right? Or no, we have already went to three classes. Now the next three are the 12th graders, except for the commerce. Except for one of the classes we had already visited of the 12th grade, as I mentioned, the 12th grader. So this time I I completely flubbed it, right? I went to a 11th grade class. You know, there were three classes. We had already visited one 12th and two 11th. Now it was the last 11th. I went there. I flubbed it. I flubbed the entire thing. Did none of my strategies. Did nothing and talked like yapped even more than this. With smiling because my symbol was smile. No, but
You
remember
failed.
to
The
smile.
enemy has captured our
So
intelligence.
did all of that. None of them. None of them were. No, none of them. And
Alert. The enemy has taken
that
our
took some wind out of me. I knew I was going to lose by then, right? I had some level of confidence that, if after I don't get any votes from this class, I might get them from the other classes, right? So I did that. Into the last class, right? No, the second last class, which was my class. I did the entire class in planes, right? With my words. Told them how much of the how much we have endured together, how much we have done together, you know, how strong of a bond we have between us. That all the right things made the class like very, uh, very, very hyped about me winning because the rest of the candidates were disrespected. They were not respected for running right because it was my class and they all wanted me to win. That's what I thought, right? So they all, cheered for me, everything. The last class, I went to another 12th class, right? I said the same thing I went to told my class, except I said that, you know, their class was better than me. Kind of pandering, if you could say. So I pandered the last, and I thought they bought it, right? Thought I completely crushed it. I was going to win, was fully confident. A moment before, like the lunch break that before this all happened, I was completely sure
It
I would
didn't work.
lose.
Oh no.
And wait, let me mute these people. Maybe I'll consider it. So really sure that I would lose, and suddenly I was so confident that I even started telling people that I would give them more free time than anyone else would. Um, and the fan busing was over. So today is the special day. Today, the school conducted the elections, right? We all voted. I was excited, maybe a little too much. Told everyone, expect me to win. Told, hyped everyone up. I did not even have a proper majority in my class. I mean, I
Hey
did
guys.
have quite a lot of votes, but not as much as you would hope, right? From your own class. So yeah, I've been pretty stressed the past few days. Roller coasters of emotions rushing through my veins. Adrenaline from thinking that I would thinking I would lose. Like, as much as I confused the other people, I was disconnected. So I lost.
Do y'all know what
The,
the starting pause thingy is in GTF?
how do I mute this person, man? I don't think they should be broadcasted live. Maybe if they wanted to, but I haven't asked their permission. So anyway, so I lost. I have lost. Felt I did not even feel, sadness. Totally cool. Kept the cool. You know, you know, kept smiling. Of course, I said I tried my best. No, I didn't get as much as I needed, but it's okay. There's always next time. But there is no next time, right? Next year I won't be in the school because it's 12th grade. Next year I get to do my bachelor's. Exactly. I don't know what I have to say, but lead to something with computer science. I might show you something I have made recently. I might do something with computer science might do mathematics. One of my favorite, they're some of my favorite subjects. I want to go more into them. I hate specialization. I always try to be general as possible because when you specialize, it's I think it's FOMO, like crypto. Like I do not want to miss out on anything. Some subjects may have very interesting things that I really haven't considered yet, and that I might just miss out on if I chose the wrong bachelor's, right? Wrong degree. So I don't know what I'm rambling about anyway. So fuck. Should probably to play another game, man. Um.
Alert. The enemy has taken our
So
intelligence.
I haven't decided what I was gonna do. Maybe I'll get a bachelor's science. Maybe is no. Maybe I'll do mathematics. I haven't decided.
Taken our intelligence. We
Uh,
have taken the enemy.
this gameplay is so bad. I think I should. Instead of streaming, I should have just do like just my YouTube this shit better than I did. Podcast. Another guy, another straight white male doing the podcast. You get the point. My mic's shitty, so I'm not going to even try. Did I kill anyone this game? No, I haven't.
Alert. The enemy has taken our intelligence.
So, where was I? Yeah, so degrees. Haven't chosen my degree. Really interested in computer science. Really would like to do math. Really would like to do physics. Get a PhD in the apology. Physics or something. But it's very very difficult to choose, right? Because I love all these subjects. They're very near and dear to my heart. Fuck. So they're very near and dear to my heart, and I'd really like to do all of them. This guy is messing up so bad, man. But he's getting the kills though. That's all that counts. So, what else do we have to talk about? Maybe we could talk about. So, let me continue with the election story. I mean, it's a loss. We lost. It's all right, guys. We'll get them next time. There's no next time, but we'll get them. I mean, college is gonna be difficult, right? There's not gonna be any. I know how college is going to be. Should not be talking about it. Anyway, ramblings aside, might just do computer science because it's the easiest thing to do, right? It's what I feel comfortable with. I know there are a lot of jobs that I could be doing in a wide scope. Haven't decided anything, but might also pursue something like CPU design. I would really love to make my own CPU, but that's all besides the point, right? That's not what you are here for. Why am I streaming? That's something. Because I don't know after I got there, I thought some sort of needs that, right, about myself. That I have nothing to lose, so why not bother? That's kind of good, right? That's the moral of 100% of the thoughts you don't make, take, except that you know, can't win everyone. Like, it's normal, right? So, that's why I think I stood for the election because I wanted to try, I wanted to see how far I would get, and partly because I was arrogant that I had 400 votes last 2 years prior. So I thought I could pull it together again. I did not have the talent, do not have the necessary requirements to become, a proper functioning leader, right? I mean, leaderships are really hard. You know, you have different opinions. You understand who you're gonna support, what what your stance is on issues. You know, And I think I'm decent at it, but I don't think I'm really that good. I'm not good at rallying people around me for some goal or purpose. I mean, recently, um around the world, there are a lot more people who are more talented than me. But that's not going to stop me from trying, right? That shouldn't stop you as well from trying. It's, you could be the next WhatsApp, right? You could be the next Koida. But that's all depends on how much you try. And you give it all your all, even if you don't succeed, right? It's did that. Tried it, right? You know? You made something out of nothing, right? If you have nothing to lose, you don't have to worry about losing, right? What's one more failure? Could be another success, but what one more failure if you have 99 failures? You could be success, right? So that's why you should be investing in my Bitcoin, new cryptocurrency, Stealthcoin. You should be investing in that. Now, I mean, crypto is over, right? Crypto's probably over. Yeah, we do make new forms, I suppose, blockchain, all these new technologies, AI. I think they're all scam. Indefinite to trick people who don't know much about the topic, right? I've read this paper recently. It's called, I don't remember what it was called. I don't know who the author is, but it was about like if you mention AI once more. I think that right. It was a machine learning engineer, right? They were talking about how you know these new people, these CEOs and companies, integrating AI into all of their systems, which never really needed AI, right? I mean, why does like any site require AI, right? You don't need a overpowered autocorrect, right? You already have that. You have a brain, you can think, right? That's why I'm against all AI art. I mean, it can be used for some things, right? To help you get inspirations, I suppose, but it's never a really true. It's never truly a substitute for real art. People have spent the effort they put in those art pieces are much more, worthwhile than the text prompt you made out in your mind, like if within 2 seconds that you gave no thought to. Just thought, that might be cool. You know, I mean, you got the time, right? You got the time to invest into skills. So you might as well just learn art, learn to draw, learn to paint, right? A lot of time you have on your hands, and to the people who have time. I mean, it's really a fault of a system. You can't blame yourself for not having the time, right? This system just does not reward people who do have the talent, right? Because AI art has succeeded more times than real art in real art competitions, right? That it's it's honestly quite discouraging, right? I think me competing in that election was like AI trying to win in an AI art competition, right? No, in a real art competition. I mean, recently there was also this news story of real art winning an AI art competition, which was really fun because it just flipped everything on its tables. Fuck, I need this guy, man. I'm gonna get this guy. That's why. Fuck. I mean, that deserved karma. I, you know, my mic just sucks when I hit on it, so I'll try not to hit on it, right? So where was I? Yeah, AI. I mean, I don't really see a use for AI except for like brainstorming. You know, I mean, some machine learning. The article I mentioned also mentioned that there's this process called overtraining, right? Where AI gets data from other AI who have trained on data which they have trained on from another AI. So it just averages out all the data they have. So the output is even more average than the average they had. I mean that might be issue in like 1 or 2 years time, right? We have seen a rise in like AI making papers, like actual research papers, because people have seen like the word what was the word? The delve word, right? The AI really likes to use delve. So research papers have been seen citing having the word delve more in them than usual. That might be an issue, right? We do not want the academia to be averaged out, you know. I mean, it's already very competitive, right? We have discovered most of things. Innovations are slow. The system does not encourage competition. If you think that, you're wrong, man. I don't think the system we live in actually encourages anything like competition. It only allows the person with the most money, whatever they like. And for example, uh, the CEOs I mentioned, they are allowed to spend like money on AI that does absolutely nothing to their profit margins, right? They do not improve the customer experience. They do not do anything of that sort. They simply uh, just make the bottom, not the bottom line, make the shareholders happy, right? So the goal of AI has been shifted from making like advancing human knowledge simply be a like a what do they call them? Is this word? I think that the tech bus, a buzzword, a buzzword which does absolutely nothing except get the shareholders excited, and even the shareholders are tired of it by now, I hope, because they aren't seeing the profit they need, right? People are losing a lot of money, unemployed is on the rise, right? And you can never blame a person. They, people are trying. They're trying very hard. They're tired to working or exerting themselves, because this system does not encourage anything like fuck. Uh, this system only allows the people who are at the top to keep being at the top, or the people who already have, make money work for yourselves. You know, that's total bullshit, right? We do not want money to work for. We want people to work for money, not money to work for itself, right? Don't want money making more money. That's insane. Like, where's the effort in that? Where's the art? It's like saying your money works for you. It's like saying your AI art is art. You haven't put any effort into it except for creating the first bit of money that most people haven't even made them themselves, right? It could be that it was their parents, right? It was inheritance or pocket money. I think I haven't. I mean, I do get money, but I do not invest it in anything because like stupid. I want to work for my money. I don't want to be smart about it and invest into some company, right? I work and do something that benefits actual people, right? I think that's a good thing to say. I hope so. I hope you agree, right? you know. Yeah, I mean, you got the chat where you could, you know, give your opinions. I mean, if there aren't any people, but who cares about that? Yeah, yes, there are people, but you just have to give it all of your energy, right? How long have you been streaming for? Analytics. Streaming for an hour, right? Has it been an hour? No. We'll stream for an hour, see how things go. We'll see if I want to continue, if I get tired. We'll see if we do it again, right? So, as I said, AM, if you put that, I have shut up since like since the stream started. I haven't got, I haven't read chat that much because there's no one in chat. It's not my fault. I mean, it is my fault, but I can't do anything about it, right? I can't, ask people to, come and like, chat right now, make the chat active, that's stupid, come, do what you'd like to do, listen to it, speak if you want to, or all up to the user, I say. So, that article I mentioned, the machine learning engineer, I think we were talking about overtraining. Yep. So that data becomes more and more average. I think that's what happens with corporations and the people, the investors and shareholders, right? They're investing in more and more average and safer. The safer the risks are, the riskier their plays are, the more money they make, right? But would you vote for? I don't think investors are stupid enough, right? They're I don't I have no data for this, right? So don't quote me on it. Don't put me on the record. So I you know you wouldn't be stupid and invest in some company that has like zero potential of growing, right? So you'd obviously invest into the top companies like Nvidia, which is popping right now. Can never predict the market, by the way. The people who say they can, they can't. So it changes depending on, you can't control people, therefore you can't control what they do, can't control corporations. You can only like predict what they do. You can only predict, and you aren't guaranteed to succeed, right? If you predict, even the greatest investors, right? I don't think they make much money from very risky plays, right? It's based with a woman holding on it, wearing a suit and tie, jacket, there's the fucking, there's a spy somewhere. Oh, it's basically gambling in a suit and tie. That's what I like to think about it. It might have made money, it might have saved you life. Not from here, just that money. I mean, it's not my money, it's yours. But in my opinion, like, I'm not going to invest because I don't think it takes any effort. You are basically gambling all your money out of I mean, it's very unpredictable, and that's how life is. Life is very unpredictable. So making bets on things, it's betting, right? So obviously just betting. And investing, that's something that I don't do, as I mentioned. Because of that, right? It's gambling, and I do not have the time to invest. If I want to make money, I'd rather that I made the money and not the money that made the money, right? I think you can understand what I'm trying to get at, right? Saying the word right alone. You know what? Let's say the left for the left instead. Left. That doesn't make any sense. If you read the description, you might understand why the jokes are unfunny. Because they are unfunny, because I'm the one saying them, and I have no experience as a formal comedian. But as I said in the beginning, I'm willing to try, right? I've already tried this one. I have failed, but I'm not going to give up just yet, because giving up is like saying that, yeah, giving up is giving up. And you have all the time, and I have time on the weekends to just like stream. I might pick this up after I eat something. I'm getting a little bit hungry right now, but we'll keep going for a little bit more. I don't know how I'll cut this up and put it up as a board. I mean, I got uploaded, right? It has to have some value if I created it. I mean, it's fine if no one watches it, right? Because it's obvious, you know, a new streamer. You've already got your favorite streamers, right? So, cutting it up, putting it up as shorts, that's going to be my strategy, I think. I don't even know if shorts are going to work. Um, but my channel has been dead for a long time, right? And the last video I did, which did succeed, by the way, was fixing something on Minecraft. And I'm not really proud of that one. I had no effort in it. I did put zero effort, you know, uh, did like, did the bare minimum. I tried to fix somebody's problem. I do not intend to be a tech channel, right? I do not intend to be fixing your Minecraft installs, right? I do not intend to be anything, right? I say the word right quite a lot. Forgive my bad English. It's been a while, as I've said. I intend to be as general as possible. That even if it's the subjects I study or the things I do, I do not want to be stuck. Oh, no point in that century anymore. I, as I said, I do not intend to do TF2 forever. I do not intend to do. I do not want to do just because it's trending, right? I mean, TF2 is trending right now, but who cares? I like playing this game, so I'm going to play it more. Going to campus engineer, going to use the Wrangler. You know, all of it are my choice. I mean, people are going to judge, obviously. There's not a single person who doesn't have an opinion, right? Everyone has their own. They can say and do whatever they like, but I hope you guys will be a little bit more respectful and understanding of what I'm trying to do. I mean, it's not much, not trying to do much. I intend to be, I want to be doing a lot more you know, than I show. I intend to give the stream much more effort, but that's that's going to depend on how this one goes, right? I could share the stream to like Discord servers. I mean, I don't really use Discord much anymore. But if you guys like, I have a Discord server, pretty dead. No one's in there except for a few people who are probably long gone from using Discord anymore.
I'm moving this.
And talking about people moving away, that's something that I struggle to deal with, right? I mean, I think most of the people do as well. So it's hard when you've grown up on the internet as I have, and I've met a lot of people, a lot of good friends, and they just stop being online anymore. They get busier with life. It's all normal, but there's this longing for the past. How good the past was, when the past wasn't even that good. It's just the nostalgia acting up. And even then, I still do miss them quite a lot. We talk here and there, but it's not as much as it used to be. I hope you find that relatable, right? I hope you don't. I hope all your friends are with you, in my grade, 12th grade, studying computer science. Uh, One of my classmates after 11th grade had to move, and it was difficult on a lot of her friends, right? They all loved her very much, but she had to move, and I do not know the reasons, but I understand the feeling of their friends and of her, you know, talking to these people, connecting with them, and just after a while, just, having to move out, knowing that you can't talk to them anymore like they used to. It's all, I don't need it to be heavy, but it's what I like to talk about. You know, moving out of, you know, as I was saying, um, so this feeling of missing people that
The enemy intelligence.
you used to know, I think it's quite common among people. I mean, we all miss our classmates from like 5th grade, 6th grade. I don't think we miss ourselves, but most of the feelings what that was associated with it, which we have formed after the fact, right? We have formed it after the fact, and I can pretty confidently say that in the lower grades when I, was younger, I pretty much was the most annoying kid in class, and it really shapes you when you get bullied, right? Every single day, I had been bullied for almost everything from the way I talk, to what I do, uh, from studying to not studying to, answering a question in class. I mean, some of it was deserved, but I mean, it's not okay to bully anyone. I mean, you can bully me, that's all right, but bullying someone else, I don't think that's something you should be doing. You should be encouraging, your friends to do things that they want to, or don't want to do, whatever you like. Does this fix? Oh, you don't need metal to. Alright, I suppose you're just destroying it and not building anything. Anyway, so as I was saying, I should put some music on actually. Wait, let me put some music on. Wait, that might be too distracting. Maybe.
We have
Let me.
taken the enemy.
I know what I should be doing. If I put music on, will it be distracting? I will try that next week, right? We always have the time, as I said. We always have the time to do whatever we like. And, losing friends, it's quite a big deal. And, you know what's the worst part? Losing friends because of what you believe in, right? India is not the most progressive country, and I'm not the first to say it, but it's difficult, right? Being in class and facing such, seeing people be so homophobic, transphobic, and in general being a nuisance, right? I mean, I know people in my school who are, part of the LGBTQ, are LGBTQ themselves, but just are not comfortable sharing others, which is such a shame. Uh, you know,
The enemy intelligence returned to their base.
you know, it must be hard, right? Must be hard to be someone of a different way. You love the same, but you love a different. You love differently from others. That's what I love differently from others. You love different people from others, right? And just because of that, you get discriminated against. I mean, name calling society. Some people do die, right? People do very, um how do I say this? Uh, some people cannot handle it, right? Some people, I don't know if I should be mentioning this, but anyway, it's my stream. I get to do whatever. I mean, recently with that new, that Twitch guy, the kick guy. Was he a kick guy? I don't remember. The sketch. Yep, that was his name. Uh, they were harassed for being gay, right? And that's not okay. That I mean, it's not great. I mean, it's never okay to judge someone. To hate someone because of who they love, right? Or what they are. My school has this insane homophobic attitude, right? All of them. There's not a single person in my class who supports me in what I say, right? I try to stand up for, the people who I don't think even like me, right? Try to, um, I try to defend them, and that's a major sin here. And it gets quite hard sometimes when even if friends are like, you have to stop, can't do this anymore. You should just keep quiet when the feeling of losing someone, it's quite hard, right? And I do not want to lose a friend because of the homophobic shit that the other classmates say, right? And you know what's harder than losing a friend? It's losing yourself. Having to act like something you aren't. That's insane. You are constantly putting a mask over your face and pretending to be something that you're definitely not, right? And it's really tiring to put that mask on. And you'll get the hate if you stop wearing that mask and admit what you are. Some people will be on your side, sure, but it's India, right? It's not the most progressive country in the world, and there are not a lot of voices out there, and the voices of the people who are oppressed are not even heard. So I, a normal person who thinks those people shouldn't be judged for who they are. They should be judged for what they do, right? What their actions are, how they treat other people. But none of that happens. They usually assume that someone is, uh, is gay or bi or lesbian or trans or whatever, and they do not accept them. They do not think they exist, even after you tell them or tell them that they're just people and they just want to exist. They want to be just as real as you are, and that you know they just want to exist. That's about it, right? But uh, I don't know why, but advocating for something like that gets you a lot of hate. I mean, I'm sure it's obvious for you guys, right? But you advocate for anything else, you know say that you um like math more than physics, no problem. But the moment you say that I support the LGBTQ community, or I support my friends who are going through that struggle, for trying to be themselves, trying to find who they are in the world, you get met with a lot of hate. I don't think that hate is ever justified, or they never think about what harm it has on the people who are that way, right? um so I have dealt with quite a lot of hate for not even being gay, because I said that gay people have the right to exist. Just for that, trans people are people. Just for that, I get a lot of hate, and I get pulled into debates that I didn't even start. I mean, I love to debate, right? It's the annoying nerd thing, but um, I I become so accustomed to that, like accustomed to that things, that I have even adopted their, you know, hateful messages. Just started saying it myself. Just what I mean by that is, that I've started saying homophobic slurs or transphobic slurs. I just mean that I've started to label myself as they do to me, right? Because it's a lot easier to admit that you are what they say they are instead of trying to dispute it. And I have no issue with labeling myself as something as I am not, because other people, actual gay people, are have it a lot worse. They're labeled as something they're absolutely not, right? They have to pretend they have to pretend to be something that they are not, and tell people who they are not, and who aren't even who they aren't even attracted to, right? I mean, it gets unbearable at times, but I still manage to pull through, right? Because it's a lot easier if I could just close my eyes and pretend it didn't exist, you know, be part of them, say that uh, I, I am like you guys. I don't, I learned my mistake. I've stopped advocating for what I've done, but it's, I, I can't close my eyes to injustice, right? Can't close my eyes. If I could, I would, but I would feel guilty, and I would feel that I'm betraying a lot of people that really do need need a vocal, a vocal space, a person who they could have come out to me. They have told me that they, are this way, and that they're scared if people find out, and I can only listen, right? I can do anything else, and only, and it's very saddening at times. Uh, just when people talk about their pain, the stress they're under for being who they are, it's it's it destroys a part of you. It makes you see the world in a different way. You know, I mean, we've talked about a lot of things today, right? I've told you that you should try to be who you are, no matter what others say. You should try to be as you want to be, right? But when someone forces you, tells you that you are not what you are, tells you, I mean, you should probably just ignore them. And uh, I have no real advice except for stay safe, except for try. I have no other words, right? Let's just move on. You get the point. World is fucked. Everyone is fucked. People are more, more less accepting than they used to be. Um, World's shifting for bad things, but I'm sure we can work through it. Sure, we can do what we do best as humanity, as continue. No, this is the worst game to be saying this, right? We got in a lot of worst game. It's such a silly game to say such a serious topic, right? Um. Anyways, let's move on to some lighter stuff. Um. I mean, do I have to? I mean, it's 8:30. Been live for an hour. Maybe let's end it on that. You know, keep smiling. Be who you are. Do what you'd like to do. Become the best version of yourself. Put yourself out there. They're the difference, right? they're the difference. Don't play this game. Do not subscribe, do not like, do not hit the bell button. But if you like it, right, you want to catch me live, because I'm sure no one's watching right now. It's okay because I'm putting myself out there. I'm trying to be a voice, for the people that do not have a voice. Uh, but I don't think I'll mention this again. I hope so. Maybe not. I'll see. What I'm trying to do. Sorry if I'm blurring my words with you. Don't understand what I'm saying because English isn't my first language, nor my second. It's actually my third. Um, and I'm learning my fourth language right now, which is German. Trying to move to Germany to, do my degree, which is exciting and terrifying. Right? It's a different place, different country. Have different ways of life, and I hope Germany is more accepting of people than India is. I'm sure Germans are way more kind to people that way, right? Even then, moving to Germany will be difficult. Will be time consuming. So do not expect more more TF2 content if that's what you want. Because life might just get more busy again, and I might not able to make another video again. This might be the last. This might be the first of my. I might look back onto this day, or in the future and say, "God damn, I was cringe," right? But I hope if you are watching this, you got something insightful. Um, learn something. Understood who I am as a person. Maybe next stream we'll do something more fun. Actually, let's I'll show you what I've been working on. As a computer science student, you have to show something, some of your projects, right? Let me try. Where is it? Uh, uh, let's switch to scene one, and not. Do we have scene two? Yep, scene two is here. We'll remove the pre-existing thing. We'll add a screen cap. No, how do you work OBS, man? I will add a screen. Not what's the window capture? Being on Linux, it should not be streaming my desktop. Actually, I'll just stream my this thing, my terminal. Let's go to projects, CPP. That's the language I'm working. That's the language I use. To all the Rust nerd, keep doing what you do. What is better? Don't at me. Conway. No. What was it? Simulations. Conway. No. Cellular automata. Cell. Can't even spell anymore. Conway. Where is it? CD build. It's on my GitHub. If you are this sort of thing. It's loaded, I think. Yep. I'll show you guys. One moment. Let me switch. Here we go. Where's Conway's Game of Life? Huh? It's not here. That's curious. Um, Not there. Desktop. Yep. I mean, you know what? Let's do a screen capture instead, because that will actually show you what I'm looking at. I think if you haven't heard of Conway's Game of Life, it's a cellular automata, which is a simulation. Let me mute my. Wait, let me mute my desktop audio. Actually, I'll quit out of TF2. I'm probably done for the day. I feel pretty exhausted, right? I'll add a screen capture. So you might be seeing that right now. And I'll get myself this. And this is Conway's Game of Life, right? You can add these grids, right? These are I made this myself, by the way. So you can add cells, and one of the unique cells are the glider, one of my favorite cellular automata things, and it's just more. It's predicting how life might behave, right? So you can see that, right? Um, I'll add another instance, right? CD um, on cellular automata with cellular automata. Simulations, cellular. I have a horrible naming schemes. Convey app build. No, actually, we'll modify this CPV file, right? I don't intend to code more, if you're wondering. Horrible code, don't look at it. It's a final product, but I'm proud of what I did. It's using Raylib. Uh, Shouts out to the programmers in chat. Raylib, but um, so let's build this right here. Make it this game of life, as I was saying. What's the name again? Conway. Great man. Rest in peace. Great mathematician. His game. It's a no play game. Calls it. Uh, it simply um, it's predicting how these cells might behave, right? So if a cell has three live neighbors, I think if a dead cell, if the black ones have more than three live cells, which are the white ones, alive as its neighbors, then the cell might live. If the live cell has more than three or less than two cells dead, alive, and if a live cell has more than three or less than two cells alive, it will die. So if you press play here, it's really cool, right? You know, it's moving on its own, it's doing its own thing. It's like looking into a pixelated version of a bacteria. That's how I describe it best. And that's about it. You know, these things are called statics. I mean, obviously, as you can see from the last example, these things, it's a wraparound, right? So if you go down, you'll start from the top, you'll come back from the top. So, you know, it won't stuck at the corner, it won't get stuck at the corners. There are great YouTubers who explain it way better than I do. If you're interested in programming and things, um, make sure to get your, watch. I think it was the coding train. I followed the coding train's tutorial to make this. Um, I he programmed it in JavaScript, I think. So I'd like to mention I have a blog. If you want to support me, go read it. I'll show you my blog one more. It's Stealthninja.me. I write sometime, like poetry. I write everything on this. Now it appears. I don't know why this is so broken, right? Wait, yeah, this one. That's my website right here. Um, it's this works. Yep. So I have this page needs updating, but these are my blogs, poetry, everything in here. I know if you want to read more about what I do, feel free to visit it. Anyway, that's about it. Uh, might I might be back soon, maybe. Anyway, guys, see you. It's almost been 2 hours.